What's up, guys? Welcome back to Car Studio. In today's episode, we're going to be installing a PODOFO 10.1 inch Android / Apple CarPlay head unit into my 2004 F-250 Super Duty. I have been wanting one of these for months because the way the Super Duty dash is made, and I'm going to show you in a minute, it's just a big flat surface. It looks like there's plenty of room, that this isn't going to interfere with vents or control knobs or anything like that. So I thought it'd be a nice upgrade for the truck. This thing supposedly does everything. It has offline navigation, Apple CarPlay, it's an Android radio but supports Apple CarPlay. I think it has wireless Apple CarPlay. It has mirrorless. First unboxing, it doesn't seem like it's horrible quality. It comes with a lot of stuff here. Several harnesses. This is for, you know, RCAs if you have external amps. And one thing I look forward in a Bluetooth radio is an external mic. So I like to have a mic right above me, like near my visor. That way it picks up really well. The ones that are built into the radios never work right, and all good quality radios or head units, they have an external mic. This one came with a backup camera, which I'm not really too optimistic about just because it was so cheap. This head unit was like $140 shipped, and it got here in like 2 days, so I was really impressed by that. Just got your standard wiring harness here, which I'm about to wire up, and your GPS antenna, which this is for the offline GPS, which I'm very interested in how that works. So we're going to wire this thing up and start attempting to mount it in the truck. We'll see how that goes. And it's kind of weird. The only thing it came with in terms of mounting are these two brackets. So I'm assuming these are going to bolt into the dash, and then there has adjustments in or out on the sides here, because if you look at the back of the radio, it's very short. It doesn't go in like a traditional double din does, but like I said, the weight, it feels pretty good. We're gonna get it wired up and mounted, and we'll do a product review. Alright guys, I'm not going to bore you with this part. I'm literally just matching colors. If you don't have a wiring harness for your vehicle yet, make sure you get one of these. These are vehicle specific. This is for my 2004 F-250. It fits a bunch of other Ford models and years. But at this point, we're just matching colors. That's why I'm not going to waste my time showing it to you. But just use butt connectors or some heat shrink, and you know, try and make it look nice and neat. Alright, so when you mount this, you have to get a little bit creative. So on my truck, it's actually, I'm surprised how easy it was. So this is my dash bezel, and it just pops off on the Super Duty, and then there's like a couple connectors. And so what I did was, it fits in here absolutely perfect. I mean, it just overhangs the corners just a little bit. It's not going to block my heat, my HVAC controls, or anything like that. So what I did was, this is the original bracket. There were two of these that it comes with. I thought I was going to be able to use both of these, so I marked this one. I had to cut one down. So I took a cutoff wheel. I didn't even mark it. It's a little bit crooked. Just ignore that. But here's what I got so far. So slide that in on that side. And the reason I can't use both is because I have no way of tightening down the screws on the side once it's in there. You can see how nicely it fits in here. It's going to make the truck look a lot more updated, and it doesn't look too out of place, I don't think. So what I did was I drilled 2 holes here on the side, and I haven't got far enough yet to see, but I'm either going to be able to get to these holes to tighten down this bracket once it's installed, or at least put some longer screws on the side there, and then it'll hold it really good. So I'm gonna figure that out right now, and then we'll go inside the truck. It's all mounted, super sturdy, It's not moving at all. That's awesome. As we are in the truck now, time to run all these wires. There's a lot of them. First thing I'm gonna run are my RCAs. Like I mentioned, I'm going to be adding a amp and sub at some point. So I want to go ahead and run these back here so I don't have to pull the dash again. Looks like I won't need those. Alright guys, I think I have everything ran. One thing I did notice when I was doing this just now is there is actually the video RCA that goes to your backup camera. It's a harness. It has a power wire to it. So you just hook that red wire to the pink back wire on the main harness, and that will be your 12 volt trigger to show the video of your backup camera when you put it in reverse. The other end of this will go straight into the camera, and the red wire will go to your tail light positive. So that was pretty convenient. First installed it, it was laggy, very confusing. I couldn't get CarPlay to connect, and I was like, this is exactly what I expected for a $140 unit. But after I figured it out, like I said, it took hours. Really, it took a couple days to get it working smoothly. I'm impressed by it. So it's basically like having a tablet in your dashboard. And I've got it, the install went good. It's very secure. And like I said, you got to get creative. So you saw the bracket that I had to make, and I had to improvise a little bit to get it mounted in here. So anyways, let's say we just started the vehicle and we want to get into CarPlay. So down here, this is Bluetooth CarPlay, and you've got Z-Link here. Click that, and it takes usually like 10 or 20 seconds to get it to connect, which I'm okay with. I mean, because it is wireless. And the fact that it has wireless CarPlay is, you know, impressive to me. So there it is. It's already connected. And okay, so this is Pandora. I've got my Pandora. All my Pandora stations are on right here. And if I want to go to Maps, I go right here. And I actually was using this weekend, and it worked out great. You go type in whatever you want, and it's CarPlay. It's got the you know, your cellular data is what it's using right now, so you can look up gas stations, restaurants, whatever. Click down here and it brings your apps that you're allowed to use on CarPlay. If you're new to CarPlay, you can't like mirror your phone to it. It only lets you use certain apps. But I also have my Spotify on here, and you can bring it up and you can browse. You can go to your library, podcasts. Let's see, recently played. So right here I got my Joe Rogan podcast. I was listening to it the other day while I was driving, and it works pretty flawlessly.
93 on the set of my movie Murder Was the Case.
Wow.
That's the first
There it
movie
is.
I ever
I mean,
seen.
you got your album art right there.
Bad guy. And it was so, yeah, it was the
Honestly, I love this thing. I'm very happy that I bought it. So if you want to go back home, let's pause it here. But you see how fast it moves? I mean, it's just like having a tablet. So go home. Now we're on the Android screen. We're off CarPlay. CarPlay will still play right now while you're on this screen, but I've got it paused. So in here, you can download any app. It's like I said, if you have a hotspot on your phone, which I do, you can download any app and use it. You can download YouTube, which I have, and you can watch YouTube in your car, and it actually works pretty good. And so here's like local radio. You have a bunch of stations you can choose, and you can tune it this way, which is cool. go back, and of course that'll continue playing in the background also. So now that you know how that works, you also have Bluetooth audio here. You can make phone calls that way. If you're not using CarPlay, here you can go to Bluetooth music, and it'll just do the A2DP off your phone, whichever phone you have. And let's go to set. Okay, so here's very confusing, is car settings. And like device port right here, this is actually kind of neat. So this will tell you which plugs go where, and you can click on different ones. So I want to point out there's two plugs right here, D and E, that are your USB plugs. So I could not get CarPlay to connect through Bluetooth for a long time. And then I thought, well, maybe that's just going to be super laggy. I figured it would be, and it would just have to be plugged into your lightning cable. But what I did wrong was E right here has 6 pins. In my head, I'm thinking Apple CarPlay, 6 pins is probably going to be the bigger pin. But this is an Android radio. So the USB plug, it comes with two, a 4-pin and a 6-pin. I used the 6-pin for Apple CarPlay and it didn't work. So I used the D port right here, 4-pin. That's the one that you have to use for an Apple phone. E is for Android phones. So like I said, there's a 4 and a 6-pin. The 4-pin is for Apple CarPlay. And that's the one. I didn't even plug anything into E because I don't have an Android device, and I'll probably never own one. But then these other ones are your like RCAs and stuff for your subwoofers, and it tells you down here like what they go to. And I didn't use this for the install. You don't really need to. Also want to point out, I can't remember which plug it is, but one of these is for your backup camera, RCA, your video wire to your backup camera. It does come with a backup camera. It works excellent. But the problem I was having is when I put it in reverse, the screen would go black. So it was reading my reverse signal from my tail light to go to the video, but the video wouldn't show up. And I went in settings and tried to adjust it, whatever. I ended up having to take the dash apart. There's a plug that's got 2 blue wires and 1 yellow RCA. That is for your backup camera. Your RCA wire from your backup camera has to be plugged into that. And go down here to system info. You don't really mess with anything. Sound settings, you can adjust your equalizer up here, or you can just do their presets. Mine's on hip hop. Factory settings. Okay, this right here is very important. I tried every code you could think of. Usually these cheap radios, the codes, the pins, like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 0, 0, 0, 0, whatever. Couldn't find it. So deep in the Amazon ad, it was in like the description, I think, or an answer to someone's question. I mean, it was deep in there. The password is 8888 for this one. Press OK, and now you can get in here and change other settings. And none of these make sense. Direction control say, I mean, I don't know what any of this is. Maybe a tech guy would be better at this than me. But I did come in here and change a couple things. Can't remember what I clicked. Every time I come in here, I'd forget, but pretty much just got to click each one to find what you're looking for, because none of them make sense. But it comes with it. Car settings. This is if your car has like steering wheel controls and stuff, which mine doesn't. So Android settings. This goes to the actual like tablet side of it. You can go to your Wi-Fi. You can set your wallpapers. If you want a custom photo, if you want a personalized background like mine was my daughter, what I did was I emailed that to my Gmail account. I had the Gmail app on here, and then I was able to download that picture onto here. You could also probably use a flash drive on the USB port and upload it that way, but that's how I did it. So yeah, there it is, guys. The PODOFO 10.1 inch, and I honestly recommend it. It was $140. I'll put the link in the description. And as long as you have a doubled in space in your vehicle and your dash is kind of open like mine is, you know, it's a great addition to your car. Guys, that does it for this video. I hope it helped you out. I put off buying this thing for months. I knew I wanted a 10 inch. screen in here, but it was so confusing. There's so many different ones, and reviews were all over the board. There were no write-ups on any of them, no install videos that I liked that really showed, you know, how to install it and stuff. And I hope that this video helped you guys out and save you time, and maybe go order one now. Like I said, I highly recommend it. For 140 bucks, it's hard to beat. I've had it for 2 weeks now. I have not had to do like a hard reset or anything on it. So links in the description, and if you want to see more videos like this of me working on cars and buying and selling cars and fixing up boats and pretty much anything with an engine, follow Car Studio. See you guys.